Yo! What is good? How are you? It is good to see you. My name is Lorne Risley, host of the Halcyon Show. How are you doing? How am I, do you ask? Oh, I'm alive and still gainfully employed. Thank you for asking. So, how's about we have a little chat? Won't be a long one, this one. Half an hour at the most. So if I've caught you at a bad time, because it is, of course, the bank holiday weekend. Hooray! Don't know about you guys. My enjoyment of the bank holiday weekend was tempered somewhat by extenuating circumstances of a professional nature. So, yeah. Fun way to kick off the Friday before the bank holiday. But nevertheless, we got through it. It's all good. And now we can all relax. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go and list some heavy stuff. And then get to sleep. Because I've got a big couple of days ahead of me. But I hope your bank holiday plans are coming along nicely. I hope there's many a party, a hearty party in front of you. Let's get to some business, shall we? So I tell you what, we'll recap the week first, and then we'll go into the cards because I think that significant news has occurred that it's worthy of mentioning. But let's talk about the week. So the big one, Luna C. We finally got that interview over the line. And, sorry, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to... Sorry. It's been a long day. I did a 5.5 mile run today for the first time in God knows how long. Usually I do about 5k. Today I upped it and said, no, 5 miles, which is, I think, 8.5k, something like that. So it's a little bit longer than I'm used to. So, never mind. Anyways, Luna C. Let's discuss. So, that one meant a lot to me to get over the line. That one was a long time in the making. It was one that I never truly thought I'd get over the line. Not in no small part to our initial reactions, which we both laughed about. Just give you a little bit behind the scenes. We were talking after the interview was done, and the thing that we just sort of lamented the most was, isn't it funny how we kicked off in terms of our interactions, and look at us now. Like, I gotta be honest with you, Luna C's a really, really top dude. Like, when we've been, like, he after my little paddy, he was one of the people to reach out to me, and he was one of the people I cussed out in the video. And it was crazy to me that he'd take the time. You know what I mean? It was one of those moments where you kind of see the fiber of the fabric of a person. And I gotta tell you, man, ever since, he's been a really, really cool dude about everything. Like, when he finally had the time and he was down, he made everything so easy. And then when he did the interview, if you haven't seen it yet, I'd implore you to go watch it. It is legitimately, if it's not the best interview I've ever done, I don't know which one is, because he was funny, he was honest, he gave such great insight, he gave answers that I've never heard him give in other interviews before. He was relaxed, he was really charming in himself, but he was, the thing I think I took away from that interview, and I hope you did too, is the fact that he's still Luna C. He's still the guy that you've followed for years at this point, but there's definitely there's a calmness and a serenity to him now. There's a security to him, and there's a matureness to him that is belied a little bit by the fact that he still is a little bit in love with the dark side. But again, when you look into it and you see what he's about, it's crazy how I assumed so much about him. Asking those questions was like, it was just revelation after revelation for me. I really enjoyed that interview as well. I was really dreading that he might be a little bit sort of guarded, a little bit reticent to answer my questions, because I am a bit wordy and it is difficult for me to sometimes get my words over the line. And I've got to be honest, man, he took that interview by the horns, and he really governed it. And I always love it when a guest does that. I'm not the kind of person that wants to compete with my guest for airtime. If a guest comes on and they really get to grips with a question and embrace it and just sort of go with it, there's nothing better for an interviewer than just to let your guest go. Just take it and let me sit back with my audience and enjoy what you have to say. It's great. Can't speak highly enough. And again, if you haven't seen it, it's not on the longer side. It's only about an hour and 20 minutes. He doesn't waffle on or rant on. My questions are pretty succinct for once. There's a couple that I wish I could have tightened up. But man, as far as a promo for his upcoming battle, I think I did all right. He certainly did great. And best of all, I can talk about this now. Me and Cammy were talking off the air after our interview, and he just was like, do you know what? I've got an interview with Luna coming too. You bastard. You motherfucker. Is it better than mine? Like, we joked about it. It was funny because I was like, isn't it great that we've both got the opportunity to talk to someone that I think everyone in the UK battle rap scene wants to hear from more about battle rap? And the answer that I posted a little preview of it today. It was the best answer he gave, where I asked him what the coolest thing he ever did was. And the answer he gave was it's just great. It was brilliant because it was imbuing his love of music and his fandom of battle rap. And I loved that. I thought that was great. And for nothing else, it was great to do the interview to get that answer. So couldn't give Luna C more props, man. He is a fucking diamond. And if you're not already following him on his socials, and if you're not planning on supporting him in the next few weeks as Checkpoint 5 nears, I'd ask you to reconsider. And I don't know how many more of the battles he's got in him, or how many more he wants to do, or when he might want to do another one. I wouldn't take the risk. I would. This is one of the most seminal figures in UK battle rap history. If you're gonna see him, now is the time. So massive props to him. Peace Soldier was here. His interview drops tomorrow, so I won't talk too much about that because I think you need to see it first. But I will say that we previewed his album, JMB World, or JMB to the World, and we went in, man. We really explored it. It was great because he got to really expand and elaborate on why he was doing it, what inspired him, a bunch of the tracks. We had some fun. It's impossible not to. Peace Soldier's the fucking man. It's his birthday today, so if you haven't already wished Peace Soldier a very happy birthday, get the fuck on there now and tweet him or message him before he has an opportunity to make merry of the day. And then Cammy came on, and we had a really long conversation. It was really, really good. I haven't had a chance to finish editing that. Unfortunately, there were a couple of technical difficulties on my end that seemed to break up the feed, which I've worked pretty hard to try and eliminate. Unfortunately, because my internet is still toss, it does drop from time to time, so it's one of those situations where I can only apologize. And I will work to edit those sort of segments out, so it's as smooth an experience as possible once it's all been catalogued and uploaded, and it'll be good. And hopefully that will coincide with his interview with Luna C. So if you want to preview Luna C's interview with him, you can watch mine, and then once you've watched his interview with Luna C, you can watch my interview with Cammy. Hey, full circle, lovely stuff. And we got Bobby Rex coming next week, baby. I've been looking forward to that one. I will share with you, I've been pestering Bobby to come on the show for about a year. And of course, God bless him, he's always had something better to do. And it's that thing of me saying, yeah, fair enough. And it's that thing where I don't want to. I want to be that guy. I said, no, come on, let's do it now. But what I've learned is you really need to not pester them. You just need to say, listen, I still want to talk to you. I'm going to try you down the road. Two names that came across. So I have a list. In fact, I've read the list before. I have the list of people that I want to interview, and the two that keep cropping up are Unanimous and Raptor, along with Bobby. But Bobby said he'll do it now, which is great. Still want to get those two over the line one day. I think they'd be really good interviews, but now it's a case of trying to get a hold of them, because again, I understand that they can be somewhat Raptor, for instance, it can be very reclusive, and I think he's still being very reclusive. I haven't been able to get a hold of him, and Unanimous kind of the same. But I still think they would be great interviews. I'd love to get Stro back on at this point. I keep wondering like what the best angle to get Stro on would be. I don't know what would entice him to give up another hour or two of his time. If I could, I'd love to get Briggsy back on as well. Don't know how likely that is, because again, he's stupid busy these days. And I caught him at a good moment during, or just after the pandemic, I think, with Briggsy. He was between meetings or projects or something, and he had a window, so I was able to get him for about an hour and a half. I'd love to discuss like the development of Prem over the last couple of years, and obviously the stuff now that they're doing with the exterior projects. I think it'd be a good chat. So that would be good. Now that, and obviously if you've not already seen it, we interviewed Kruger recently as well. That was a fantastic interview. I love talking to other creators, talking to other artists and producers of content, music, stuff like that. It's so much fun for me. It's like nectar, you know what I mean? But Liam Body Bagnall would be a fun one. Having research, the problem with battle rap is that it's a web. The more you get into it, the more you seem to be stuck. And when you research one person, it's impossible then not to encounter another who has their own tapestry and history. Bagnall's another kind of in that Kruger mold where yes, he's got a very very strong link to battle rap, but he's also got extensive work outside of it. Kind of like a Marlowe, actually, now that I think about it. So I think that would be a great one. So there's a few names to hopefully see down the pipeline. We'll see. I'm not sure yet how we're going to get some of those down, but I'll work on them. But anyways, let's get to some previews, shall we? So, if you've been following Tweetor, today Prem dropped sort of a promo video announcing LS Dean versus Grazza. And that was to kind of announce the lock-in of the Apex 5 card. So, but the headlines, or the sort of the main... wow. As you might have noticed, I cut my hair today. And yeah, I got into a fight with my hair clippers, and the hair clippers won. Hence why I'm rocking a slightly more Mohawkian style than I would have liked, and I'm still finding like sticks of hair in my back despite having showered twice today. So yeah, fun. Anyways, sorry, I digress. The main headline battles that have been confirmed are Bizzo versus Gemini, which is a title match, which is crazy because Gem is currently Don't Flop champion. Could we see the first double champion in UK battle rap history? The first unified, the first undisputed champion in UK battle rap history? Who knows? My boy Bizzo hasn't fallen down yet, and I'll bet you he's getting ready for that one. Bizzo's another. Bizzo did. Can I share this? I was messaging Bizzo the other day, and I was like, "Listen, dude, I know you probably don't want to do it because you've been on a couple of times, and you probably want to save yourself this time." And he's like, "No, we can do something soon." I'm excited to talk to Biz again. I love talking to Biz because he's always got anecdotes, he's always got stories, he's always got insight. He's also just a very wise character. If you've not seen my interviews with Bizzo, you should really check those out. But that's the title match, and that's going to be great because, again, for the scene at least, it's kind of what a lot of fans have sort of fantasized about in terms of, wouldn't it be great if the best of the best battled each other from each promotion and like see what happens, if that makes sense. So that'd be insane. Bobby Rex versus Censor is another insane one. Censor, I'm ashamed to admit, I am aware of Censor and I've seen some of his work, but I'm not as familiar with him as... I'm a massive fan of Bobby Rex, man. I gotta be honest, man. I rewatched Bobby Rex versus Unanimous 1 the other day, or at least the first one on Prem. I don't know if they've battled before, but on Prem at least. And yeah, it's crazy how the fans turned on Bobby for a while because of that performance. And it's weird. Before I read the comments, apart from that moment where he just made contact with Yunan's face, it wasn't great, but it happened, right? It was just one of those things. And you could feel Unanimous was sort of warming as the battle progressed. He really came into it in the second round, I felt. But it really encapsulates what I felt made Bobby Rex a special performer. He's different to a lot of the guys. He really is. His performing style is one where you can't ignore how visceral and how he makes... He turned to the... I forget, in fact, I think it was the third round where he turned to the audience and gave him a good bollocking. And you don't hear people booing, and you certainly don't hear people hissing or telling him to fuck off or anything. They're like, okay. Like, his ability to be able to cow anyone is crazy. And it's unique to him. And it's something that he's... it's not random with him. He's very much in control of what he's doing. So this idea that he's just, you know, sort of animalistic and throwing it out there, I don't buy even for a second. So I'm really looking forward to that. Shocks versus Visual. Obviously I've seen Visual. I think for the benefit of everybody, I'll hold my tongue for now. I think he's okay. I think he works hard. He's actually booked on both of these cards as it happens. Visual battles villain on the other card. But certainly hard working. But the big news there is Shocks the Rebel's return. Like, that's massive and pertinent because I only... David joins us. How are we doing, David? You're catching us live for the first time in a while. Dude, I'm doing a live stream right now, so anyone's watching this live, or after... No, anyone that's watching this after the fact, you're doing it right. I'm only doing this live because it's literally the easiest thing in the world to press go because it records it for you and uploads it rather than me having to record it and then fuck around with it for an hour or two. So I don't mind if people don't watch these live. If you're here and you want to chat, great. If you're if you want to watch this on the rebound, I totally get that. Oh, and the two of the biggest battle rap fans that I know are in the building, and these are the two that I worry about the most in terms of my interviews because these guys, they know their shit, and I always worry about being like found out by battle rap fans as being like, you filthy casual coming in here with your who's your favorite battle rapper, B Rabbit, like get him. Like, for those of you, if you watch this after the fact, Ryan is like probably the biggest and most prolific battle rap fan I've ever encountered. He's fantastic. He supports the scene like almost nobody else. And David's just the coolest dude who's got some news coming soon, I hope. He told me about it. I was really excited about it, and I hope he shares it with everybody else if he hasn't already. If he's not quite ready, I'm not going to say anything. But trust me when I say, when you hear about it and when it happens, it's going to be fucking sweet, dude. It's going to be fucking sweet. Anyways, right. I digress. Shocks the Rebel. Yeah, that's a big one. So I've only just seen Shocks' battle with Soul and Shocks' battle with Tony D. There's a couple of others that I've got in my playlist right now. I'm on a bit of a battle rap. And Hylas is here. But... it seems I'm under pressure now because the triumvirate of battle rap fanatics are in the building, and here's me. I can't not fuck it up. Anyways, sorry, what was I saying? Shocks. So what was I saying there was I've got on a bit of a battle rap kick recently, so I've been just kind of going through, boshing through some ones that I've watched a dozen times that I feel like I want to react to now because I've seen them enough times to know how the battle goes, but also some of the highlights and some of these little points within the battle that you want to look out for. Like, he's like, look, check this out, this bit, or this, whatever, right? And Shocks kept on coming up. And in the Tony battle, right, it's interesting because you look at the comment section and you look at the reactions from the room and you see it again on YouTube, and it's weird how they're three different takes on the same battle. When I was in the room at Plug 3, some of the battles look significantly different when you watch them again on YouTube. They just have such a different vibe, feel. It's so weird that you can judge it completely differently. So I feel like when the comment section goes in on battles on when they've watched it online, I don't know if you're getting that really honest experience. Like, again, that's why I think if you're gonna be a battle rap fan, you do need to be there in the room when it happens. You need to be part of that energy. You need to have also gone through the day. Like, watching battles back to back to back is obviously going to temper the crowd. So when a crowd's being weird, you don't know what's happened prior to the battle. You know what I mean? So with Shocks versus Tony as a great example, all the comments are like, Tony robbed Shocks. Tony's robbing all the rest of it. I've got to be honest, man. I thought that was a pretty even battle. I know he had his moments where he wasn't quite hitting, but it didn't make his bars any less clever. And I think that's a weird thing in battle rap sometimes. It's the thing of reactions versus how clever something is, even if it doesn't get the reaction. Like, sometimes it's weird, you know what I mean? Detox in a... Sorry, I'm just going to take a second to read some of the comments. Detox in my parents, hopefully for the final time. Alright, brother. Listen, man. He's been... Hylas been really cool to me recently, and he's been very supportive. So listen, if you're not already... yeah, you actually, David's just followed my sentiments, man. Just I hope you're okay, man. Like I say, it really sucks hearing when people are going through it. It really fucking does. I don't like hearing that. Again, we might have our disagreements. Heartless is one. Me and him have gone backwards and forwards recently over a couple of things, and it's great because it's never a thing where you can't just go, yeah, we disagree, but how are you? Are you cool? Is everything okay? We're still friends. We're still buds, right? I find it sad when you can't do that in battle rap. I'll touch on something actually in a minute after we've. In fact, no, we'll come to it in a second because otherwise we'll get sidetracked. Well, I really do want to preview these cards, and I don't want to take too long doing it because I the previews shouldn't take that long. But yeah, in Hylas's case, man, I hope you're okay, brother. I hope you're doing all right, and I hope it. Yeah, I've never done one myself, so yeah, I hope you can plow through it and just be all right, you know what I mean? And look, you got everyone here in the chat. You got me on my DMs as well, man. Hit me up if you need anything at all, even if it's just to have a conversation. I got a pair of ears and they worked last time I checked, and surprisingly, I can shut the fuck up from time to time when I'm asked to. I know, right? But it does. I promise it can and does happen from time to time. But right. So let me just touch on this very, very quickly. So last couple of days, I decided to unmute a bunch of people. I decided to unblock a few people. I decided to re-release a couple of videos, and I decided to promo a few things. Now, understand that this isn't to try and seek forgiveness or anything like that. It's just kind of me saying, listen, from my perspective, like, things are kind of moved on, man. I'm really happy for everyone doing all right at the moment. These two cards, right, as an example, I'm really happy for everybody on the card because I think both cards are going to fucking kill it. And frankly, both Prem and Don't Flop deserve a couple of wins right now. Obviously, my thing kicked off kind of, for me at least, it overshadowed the whole thing with Shotty and Twerk because I understood after the fact, like, how much of a toll it took for Premier Battles, and I know how much of a win they then needed. I imagine Don't Flop aren't in a much better position because you've seen. So it was Organic today was talking about how essentially his entire the YouTube channel he's looking after has effectively been completely demonetized, and it's the same probably for Prem and Don't Flop because YouTube's guidelines are you can't make derogatory comments about people and still be monetized. It's battle rap, bitch. Like, what the fuck are they supposed to do? Even someone, it was Sol Khan. Sol Khan was like, hey, what if they do a disclaimer at the beginning of the video saying all the participants are willing participants? And apparently YouTube already called for that. And they said, yes, we understand that you can contextualize it. However, we don't care. You can't monetize your content. Which, for leagues and for battlers in particular, because this is the thing I think kind of gets lost. Leagues are one thing, okay, promotions, okay, but individual battlers, man, in a world where you're already competing with every other piece of content, I'm competing with every other piece of content out there and every other creator out there, every short maker, every video maker. Like, I don't make any money off this. I'll show you my if and when you ever say, like, Lorne, you've done this for how long? How much money do you make? I tell you what, I've never made a penny off of YouTube. And that's despite the fact that we're coming up to 100,000 views across my channel. 600 subscribers, I know it's not a ton of subscribers. However, I routinely hit 50 to 100% of my sub count on my videos, which is pretty fucking good when you compare it to some of the other channels that have got hundreds of thousands or a million subscribers who don't hit 10% of their view counts. So, of their overall subscription ship. So they might get 100,000 views per million subscribers. I don't get compensated for that. Now, the difference is I'm not trying to run a business off the back of it. Imagine what Premier Battles and Don't Flop and No Lose Chat and even the American guys are going through right now when they can't monetize anything they post on YouTube. And previously and historically, that was maybe not a main revenue stream, but it was certainly a revenue stream of yours. Imagine that. Not even that you can't even just monetize stuff going forward. Everything in your video listings is effectively promotional material now. It doesn't garner you any. It doesn't get you any. Sorry, got something in my eye. It's so emotional talking about YouTube content. Fuck it, let's just take it out. Avert your eyes, children, if you don't like people touching their eyes. There you go. Yeah. I don't mind touching my eye. You remember that bit in Ace Ventura where he pulls the thing and starts poking his eyeball and it freaks the guy out? I do that every morning, dude. Anyways, sorry. But yeah, doesn't that suck? And it really is now the time to go and support. Maybe not. If you don't want to support battlers in specific, I would advocate for that. If you've got a favorite battler, man, you need to start thinking about how you can support them specifically. If they've got merch, if they've got an event coming up that you want to go just to see that person, support them, take pictures, promote them, and all the rest of that sort of stuff. Now's the time, because these guys are going to struggle more and more to make a fucking career out of this, man. And I get it's a niche audience as it is. Like, we're all hard. Well, I'm not hardcore, I wouldn't think, but like, I'm pretty avid as a fan goes. Like, it really is heartbreaking to see. And again, it just begs the question: what do you do? Like, what do you do in this moment, especially with channels like, you know, with 50,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers can't make money? It's kind of mad when you think about it. So, all the more reason now to kind of point to these and say, listen, so many posts removed over the years due to guidelines. Yes, but that's because, dude, your penis is so enormous, it's impossible to hide in any of your... Like I don't come crying to me that all of your videos get demonetized for indecent content when you're hiding a giraffe in your... Ryan, honestly, man, stop. The fact that you are so well endowed is infuriating to me. I really I hate you for it. I do. We're beefing now, you and me, because I have an inferiority complex when it comes... I'm joking. But... Dude, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, making money out of any content these days is hard enough. Imagine UK battle rap as it is now, trying to make any money when YouTube unilaterally say, we don't care if all of your participants gave their consent to have mum jokes leveled against them before they sat down. We don't care. Like, it must be a desperately hard time. And from what I heard about how much that Premier Battles lost as a result of the investment in that card at the beginning of the year, and how it all seemed to fall apart right at the death, like right at the last minute. Yeah, in retrospect, look, I was very cheeky in the way I approached it, but in hindsight, it really does make me feel bad for everyone working there, because it makes you wonder how much longer they can go on doing this for the love. I'll do this forever for the love. I'll do this forever without getting paid. I love doing it. It's fun. And I meet new people, and it's fun engaging in my passion. But some of these guys are trying to run a business at the end of the day as a result of their passion. So, yeah, it sucks. So, look, let's do them a favor right now. Let's get into some of the promos, right? So, listen. Shocks a Rebel making his return is absolutely massive. Bobby Rex, if he's not my favorite live battler, he's up there. Like, I can't wait to see Bobby battle live again. Bizzo's my boy. Gemini's great. He did an interview with me, obviously, and he gave a good interview. I feel like I have to be loyal to Bizzo in this situation. I know he wouldn't win the Don't Flop title as a result of it, because it's on the Prem card. I feel like, though, he would, you know, he gets the nod if he does. So, yeah, you got to... let's have a look. So... Ryan's asking now, am I coming to... So not only am I coming to Checkpoint 5, I'm booking my tickets tonight, as a matter of fact. I had them sort of lined up to do yesterday. And then, yeah, stuff happened, so I couldn't. But today, literally, I'm going to wrap this. I'm going to do my training, and then I'm going to look at booking parking space, because there's no fucking way I'm taking the train, and booking a ticket. So I'll be down there. It's London, baby. London's not that hard to get to for me. It's only an hour's drive. I'll drive to London tomorrow. It's brilliant. And it's the same with, I think Apex is the same. I think that's in London too. Even if it's not, even if it's in Manchester, I got to be there for the title match. It's just, I was banging on about having that match done or booked for a while. So yeah, I gotta do that one. Yeah. So I'll see you at Apex then, my friend. Because that's, yeah. If I have Bizzo on, he's gonna ask, like, are you coming? I can't say no, can I? So yeah, so I'll make it to Apex. Checkpoint 5. What the fuck was that? Oh, so they're both in Brixton. Sweet. Okay, so they're both in. Let's see. I'm there, man. It's an hour's drive. I can make an hour's drive. Easy peasy. So yeah, so I'll be at both events. Let's check. I know that Apex is the one that you're probably tuning in for, but those are the three big ones that I've clocked. Obviously, Ellis Dean versus Graza. Go get him, Ellis Dean! Go get him, boy. But Checkpoint 5. So the Checkpoint 5 card is actually pretty interesting, if you ask me. Zen versus Marv, one's an interesting little... It's going to be interesting seeing Zen live. Never seen Zen live before. Lefty as well versus Pamphlet. That's cool. Kinnell versus Moke. That's an interesting one. I wonder how Kinnell's going to get up and get on in that one, considering Moke's resume at this point. Ryan and I are missing. So, oh wow! So of our trifecta, I'm the one that's going to be repping the battle rap fans in this one. Checkpoint 5. God damn, man. Sheesh. I mean, you're talking about two of the biggest battle rap fans in the world right here. That's crazy, man. I went full Joe Rogan there. Man, that's crazy, man. Then you got the double V's, visual versus villain. That could be interesting. I haven't seen Villain on a card for a while. I don't know when the last time he was on a card was. Might have been a while ago. I know that he got some flack for not no-showing. He was booked on a card, said he couldn't make it, and then there was a video of him playing football or playing football with the police or something. I can't remember. I seem to remember there being a foot of him like doing like a kickabout with the ball and everyone giving him a lot of shit. So, yeah, I mean... Fair enough. Where have we got? So, Pedro versus Nils and Skills. Pedro will be interesting. I haven't seen Pedro battle live before, but well, I don't know. This is the thing. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time he was supposed to battle was on a... I feel like it was going to be on a Prem card. And then, like I say, he either didn't show or he cancelled, and then he was filmed playing football and everyone gave him shit for it. I feel like that's the last time I heard about Villain. But who knows, man? I mean, he's booked on it. And look, Luna's back. That's kind of the big headline from this. I'll come back to that in a second, actually, because the other one I want to highlight is Gasbuff versus Crow. I've seen Crow battle live. I'm really happy that he's getting more of a push now because I think he's got a lot of talent and he's got a lot of untapped potential there. Versus the promo king, Gasbuff, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Gasbuff perform live because he was very kind enough to do my show, and our conversation was great. He's got such a passion for battle rap. He really fucking loves this shit. So I'm really, really happy to see him getting sort of showcased here. But then again, you've got the headliner, which is Lunacy versus Madness, and I think with Villain there, I think considering the size of the card and the fact that Luna's going to be on it, might even be one of Luna's last battles, especially if it pops off. If he really takes Madness's head off, I think this might be one of the last battles you ever see Luna do. Or maybe not. Maybe I know something. Maybe I don't. Who knows? Maybe we talked after the interview and he said some interesting things. But for now, let's just assume this is going to be one of his last interviews. One of his last battles. And I think Luna's coming to play, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be one of those ones where I think he's really cognizant of what he wants from the battle, and he really wants to give it for the fans. He really wants to really present. So yeah, let's have a look. So, no show at Ellis Dean in July last year. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, nearly a year since that happened. Is this story? So, I presume it wasn't his. I presume it wasn't his Instagram story, though. That would have been crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I've just realized, man, that Checkpoint 5 has got the same tagline for its branding as Cammy does for his interview with Luna C. You do not want to miss this. Yeah, I don't like that phrase. I feel like you're still giving people the choice to disagree with you. You got to say something like, you cannot miss. You got to make it an order. You got to tell people to show the fuck up, man. I'm not crazy about... Not that I want to get into this kind of a review, but Apex's design and presentation is fucking bounds above this Checkpoint 5 graphic, man. I get what they're trying to do. I'm not a fan of it, man. Half the pictures don't look like you can make out who it is. And I feel like when you're using that kind of techno graphic, you need to have a bit more contrast with the... They've used green and blue. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I've got to be honest with you. But, I mean, you know, it's just a poster. It's just a poster. But Prem have always been a bit better at the promo style. They do their... Like today, the AP5 promo trailer for Grazza versus Celestine is a big goof, ultimately. And I quite liked it. I thought it was fun. And I like the fact that Prem still like to have fun. At least in theory. Again, it is ultimately battle rap, so someone's feelings are going to get hurt at some point, I imagine. But look, for me, man, both of these cards are worth my time, which is why I'm going to go to both of them. I think both of them have headliners that are going to be really, really good. There's quite a stacked card, I've just realized. So there's 10 battles. It is from 1 till 10. So it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one, that one. I'm by myself as well. God. And I can't drive. So I can't drink. Fucking hell. I'm going to have to socialize with people, man. Socialize on my own. With people. And David and Ryan aren't going to be there. I won't know anyone. And everyone in battle rap hates me these days. Oh, God. I hope I don't get stabbed. That'd suck. But, I don't know. See what happens, I guess. But yeah, if you haven't done already, and obviously 2 of these gentlemen have said that they can't go, I'm imploring you to get a ticket to Checkpoint 5. I'm going to be booking mine in a few moments. It is, David, you are not wrong. 9 hours. To put it in context, even when WrestleMania was stupidly long, WrestleMania was 7 hours. Like, when you're outperforming a WrestleMania, god dang, son, it's a long event. But look, we'll see what happens. I've got to be honest, man. I'm going to be keeping my head down at this one as well. So the idea of socializing is probably a little bit wrong, because I will probably get there and go, right, now fuck, I hope no one recognizes me. Should have to. I'm going to look in the shop with fake beards. Maybe some sort of mustache with a nose and glasses assortment. Maybe. Because that way, you know, no one goes, hey, aren't you that guy that cussed everyone out in battle rap that one time? Like, no. We'll see what happens. It is, David. It is. Breaking your abs. Dude. So, Hylas, man. Everyone is entitled to their opinions, and I appreciate compliments when they come. Dudes, I'm gonna break. Children, never pick up a weight, please. I'm begging you. It was one of the worst decisions I ever made in life. If I stop training for even 2 days these days, my body fucking falls apart. I went for a 5-mile run today. 5-mile run. There are people that routinely walk that far every day. I'm broken, man. Like, I appreciate the compliment, and so long as I look like, you know, I'm not worth, you know, scrapping with, I suppose that's something. But Jesus Christ, man. If someone stabbed me, the problem wouldn't be breaking through the abs. It would be stopping, once they've started, going straight through me like I'm made of air. Like, I'm brittle as fuck, man. Like, I don't want no trouble from nobody, man. I'm gonna get there. I'm going to put my hood... See, at a battle rap event, I feel like it is easy to go incognito, because you put your cap on, you put your hood up, you just kind of slouch at the back of the room and no one's going to notice you. Because no one goes up to anybody at battle rap events, I've noticed. I'm the weird guy in the room, and I go in, right? And I go up to people and shake their hands and stuff, and they're not always used to that. Marlo, for instance, was the only person I feel like at Plug 3 who was like, oh, this is fine. Whereas, like, Tony, God bless him, even though I've been on a call with him for 7 hours, was like, who's this guy? Who's this? Oh, wait, no, I do know you. Like, people just don't go up to people at battle rap events, I find. So it's weird that I did that. So I feel like this is my plan. Probably shouldn't be revealing it on a live stream. If I go there and because you're ID'd at the front, so you're going to give your ID. But so long as I don't say my name to the guy showing it, and it's not that's checking the door, and I kind of get in there, and I sort of find a beverage, right? And I just leave it to the side so no one assumes that I'm anybody but some fan. I put my cap on, put my hood up, and then just sort of stand there and just sort of sway a little bit. Maybe Peace Soldier in our interview was explaining to me what a zoot was. I wasn't sure what one of those was. Maybe I could find said zoot and just keep it handy so then I look just completely incognito. Trust me, either everyone knows who you are or are wondering who you are. I would hope no one... Look, I hope no one recognizes me, and I hope no one fucking has a... Because the thing is... So here's the question I have. I don't know how many battle rap fans watch my interviews. I genuinely don't know the answer to that. Because the thing with it is that I know that the battle rappers themselves have pretty extensive followings, right? But I never get tweeted at by battle rap fans asking for me to go after a certain interview. Which is something I thought that would happen after a while, because it's happened with other guests, or other genres, I should say. So I don't know if I'm recognized. I don't think I am. I think so. I'm recognizable to Christopher Columbus, because I met him at Match Day 5. David, I met at Match Day 5 as well, but I knew of him prior to, because we've been talking on Twitter. Ryan, I think I met for the first time at Match Day 5 as well, but I don't know if Ryan wasn't at the Plug 3 and I just didn't know him well that time. You're going to have to tell me, Ryan. I don't know if I saw you at the Plug 3 and I just didn't have that good a relationship. I don't know. I can't remember. But as far as like people within the scene, like I think I'm only recognizable to the battlers. I think the battlers are the only ones who have any idea who I am, and everybody else is just kind of like, he's just a dude. Which, frankly, is perfect, because the battlers on a day, if you go to an event, they are kind of in themselves quite a little bit. Okay, good. Now I feel better that I met you at Match Day 5 with everybody else. That's great. That's cool. So I met all three of those guys at Match Day 5. That's cool. But yeah, so the battlers, if you've never been to a battle rap event, they are all kind of in their little modes, because they're trying to remember their lines, they're trying to remember their demeanor, they're trying to keep cool, they're trying not to get too discombobulated and too sort of overwhelmed by the situation, because they're likely going to be nervous, right? You get obviously other guys at the event, like, so for instance, Stro was there, and Stro was just cool, man. He was just sort of bouncing and all the rest of that sort of stuff, and he wasn't perturbed by me going to say, Stro, what's going on, man? Just saying hello, right? So I think if I go to Checkpoint 5 and Apex 5 for that matter, and I just turn up with my hood up and my hat on, and I go to the thing and I get a drink and I stay at the back. I stay at the back this time. I'm not going to get smushed in by people. I'm not going to have Kruger lurking over my shoulder and making an ass of myself again. I feel like if I go in there and then I just don't talk to anyone, I think I'll get away without being stabbed to death. Pretty sure. Now, if I'm stabbed to death at this point, I want you to know that it was Koj, and that I want you all to prosecute him to the furthest, because I just know. Okay? I just know. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, I got to be honest, man. This feels even weird that I'm not nervous doing this anymore. Even though I'm live, and the word live implies the idea that, oh, you could fuck up. Man, you just go into it with the best of intentions, and you just try and have the best show that you can. You just kind of... Someone answer, oh no, you didn't. So yeah, you just kind of... I guess the best battlers have that same disposition. They want to have a good performance, but ultimately they know that what will happen. There's no real use stressing about it too much. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to going to these two. To see Luna perform live even once means that I've seen Shotty perform live, I've seen Bizzo perform live, I've seen Shuffle perform live, I've seen Bobby perform live. Who else? I've actually seen Bobby perform twice, now that I think about it. Quill. I can't remember. But I tweeted out the other day, I can't not be a fan until I've seen Soul perform live, Tony D perform live, Marlo perform live, preferably with Shufflo as well, so I guess I got to see him twice. P Soldier threw me completely under the bus. It's like, what about me? And I was like, motherfucker, I just went to see you perform your music live. He's like, that don't count. Like, you fucking bastard. Okay, fine, you're on my list too. But does that mean you're going to be battling again soon? Bro, I can't tell you nothing, man. Like, you threw me well and truly under the bus. Bastard. But knew what he was doing as well. Knew what he was doing. Yeah, man. This was one of the reasons why Luna was going to be an interesting interview, is because in battle rap terms, he's that kid that blows up and doesn't really understand why. It was one of the reasons why I was so keen to throw that question out to him, the second or third question I asked, I think, which it was like, tell me if I'm wrong in how you've always presented yourself. And Luna's basically just struggled to be heard. Weirdly. I know that sounds like weird, but like, you get the sense that he never really felt people were judging him on his own merits. Despite the fact that he was remarkably successful and achieved success that other battlers could only dream of. He still felt like, not that it wasn't enough, but it wasn't genuine, it wasn't real. It was something the fans they were kind of hijacking the situation to a certain degree. When he was like, he would just sort of say a bar, and it wouldn't be a particularly good, funny bar in his mind, but the fans would lose their fucking shit. And you notice that. You see it in his music and in his battles, where he's really trying to stress the point of, right, guys, stop. Listen. You're not listening. Listen first. It's crazy. When he was stressed at certain points, like when I actually want to say something, what then? Like, if I have something serious I want to talk about, what then? You gotta sympathize with that to a certain degree, man. I really do appreciate how honest Luna was in the interview, man. He was so much more honest and raw than I think he had any right to be, considering what game he's in. Man, I think he smashed it. And again, it'll be great to see. Look, all joking aside, I hope I get to just say hello to him. It'd be lovely to shake his hand and say, listen, I really appreciate you doing it, man. The problem is, of course, when you bump into battlers, they're always about 10 feet taller than you expect them to be. Every fucking battler, with the exception of Tony D, God bless him, is about 7.5 feet tall. They're all fucking huge. I don't understand. Do you breed battlers in fucking labs in Sweden somewhere, and you just release them into the UK when they're 5 and they develop British identities so that when they grow to adolescence they suddenly sprout and become 7 feet fucking tall? Marlo and fucking Shuffle were like Roald Dahl characters, and I was a kid in a story when I met them. It was crazy how fucking big they were, like just up here somewhere. Same with Stro, same with Biz. Bobby's huge. Fuck, man. Oh, y'all big boys. Fucking ridiculous. Anyways, Checkpoint 5. That's next week, and I'm gonna be there. So, David, Ryan, I'm very, very disappointed in you. I'm very disappointed in you. But I'll see you at Apex 5 in August. And Apex 5, obviously, on both events, I know that it's Don't Flop and Prem, and there's still some weird fucking tribalism between those two. I am not one of them. I'm happy for Don't Flop. I'm happy for Prem. Happy for all of the battlers. I hope everyone cleans up and fucking smashes their battles, and I hope both events do absolutely fantastic, and they will, so long as you go and buy a ticket. As long as you go and buy a ticket. I'll be buying a ticket. I did try and convince one of my friends to go with me, but, his response was something to the effect of, I got kids, man. Fucking bastard. Leave them at home. Come on, man. Battle rap needs you. Like I do. But whatever. You know what I mean? So, look, I'll be at both events. If anyone sees this and is planning on going, don't say hello. You'll blow my cover. Okay? Just, maybe give me an Alfred nod. I might respond to an Alfred, I might respond to one of those. Anything more than that, I'll deny that you're... hey, Lorne, how you doing? Don't know who you're talking to, mate. Yep, not me. Different dude. Yep. And I'm gonna run across the other side of the room. Okay. Shit. Part of me wishes I really did have this. I know I don't. And I gotta be honest, man. At the Don't Flop event, I don't think... Actually, no, I don't think there's anyone at the Don't Flop event I've pissed off recently. I mean, except for and will be busy. Maybe will stab me. But yeah, like, it would be nice to reconnect with some of these guys. And it'd be nice to shake their hands for a few moments and just say, listen, man, appreciate everything you do. Big fan. Da-da-da-da-da. I just hope everyone kills it, man. So, and yeah, just one last little thing. And then we'll wrap, because I've been going for... How long have I been going for? Fucking hour. Jesus Christ. So is that the job then, Ryan and David? Y'all both are gonna out me at Apex and just be like, hey, there it goes. Sorry, the stream might break and it might have broken for a second there. Just bear with it. Anyways, so is that the job then, guys? Both of you gonna go, hey, he's over here. Yeah, that guy you all hate. Right here. Yeah, right here. Look, it's t-shirt with him on. Yeah, thanks, dickheads. Apparently I'm bigger in person as well, though, so we'll see how that works out. But look, one last thing before I go. Yeah, so I tweeted out the other day, it's like, I'm going to try this forgiveness thing. And what I meant by that is this. I was legitimately pissed off in February, I think it was. I forget when it was now. Dude, that's how crazy it is. I don't even fucking remember it. And yeah, it's actually I'll deal with this actually first because sorry. So yeah, that is what you said, podcast dude. Yeah, that's me. And the Cammy episode. So I've got to edit that. Like I was saying at the beginning, there's a few breaks in his audio due to technical difficulties on my end. So Zoom, when it's recording both sets of audio, can sometimes struggle. So I've got to clean that up. It's about 2 hours long. So I got to watch it first and clean it up. And then I got to render it after editing it. So probably drop that on Tuesday. I think I won't drop it over the bank holiday because... Or in fact, I might even drop it before... I don't know when his interview with Luna's dropping. I might message him and see when he's looking at dropping that. I won't release that, though. But I will drop it before his interview with Luna so that you've got something to watch between now and then. So, the Cammy episode is coming very soon. Seen the most? Well, I appreciate that. That's nice of you. Well, look, life is basically where it needs to be right now, dude. Again... It's hard to get that wrapped up in things now. I must be honest with you. Like, I tell you what, I'll level with you. The last live chat when someone told me about the whole they call you Tom Quebe is still making me laugh. It's still fucking hilarious. Like I'm a bargain basement battle rap resume. It's fucking hysterical to me. It's fucking brilliant. And I even shared with Luna, like, you do realize that when you, so when he DM'd me and we were beefing, he called me like a virgin Mormon or something. I can't remember exactly what he called me. And I admitted to him, like, dude, I just want to let you know that even when we were going backwards and forwards and we were beefing, you made me laugh so fucking hard with that put down. And it just reminded me of this idea of, don't pick fights with battle rappers. It's their job to be mean to people. You won't win. So here's me, big head and all, trying to pick a fight with professional insult people. Like, it's just so dumb. But yeah, what I was saying was yeah, I was really pissed off in January, February, whenever it was. And there are still some people that I'm not happy with. I'm not going to lie. Because I just fucking don't like how they behaved. Do you know what I mean? But in hindsight, I think it was still necessary and I'm glad I did it because it's resulted in progression of sorts. Like the Luna, weirdly enough, the Luna interview would have never happened had it not been for that. Which is crazy, right? Tom, Cammy said that he might reach out to Tom. I have actually messaged Tom a couple of times via Twitter, not via DM, but just like generally to say, hey, listen, man, what are the chances of it getting it on? And he hasn't responded, but I think that's because he's legitimately busy with other things. There's a reason why Battle Rap Resume isn't as prolific it once was, and it's not because he doesn't love Battle Rap anymore. I think he's just busy doing a million other things. So Tom would be a great... I completely concur, because it would be more like a Cammy-based episode where it was more of a conversation, less of an interview. We were sharing each other's perspectives and ideas and challenging each other. It was a great conversation. I'm looking forward to you guys seeing it. However, the Tom one would be great. I just know that he's probably super busy. If anyone knows how I can get a hold of Tom directly, please let me know. I'd be happy to reach out to him. But coming back to what I was waffling on about, I really want to move past some of this stuff, but I'm also not really in the business of asking to be forgiven, if that makes sense. I just want to let people know, listen, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really give a fuck anymore. If you want to still be mad, okay, that's cool. I probably deserve it from your perspective. However, I'm acknowledging that even from my perspective, and I think you were bang out of order, I'm past it. Who cares, man? And it'd be nice to reconnect with a few people, but it's not my main goal. My main goal was to kind of just go, look, I'm kind of over this now. The two in particular were, so I re-released the material from Quill. He currently blocked me. I don't think he took what I said particularly well, which is fair enough. Again, it's one of those things. I just know that from my side, having kind of reflected on things, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to walk up to him in person and say, listen, man, sorry. Hope we can be cool one day. We'll see what happens. He's not booked on either one of those events, so I don't know whether he'll be there. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. He's a London boy, so I imagine he'll be at Brixton at one of those events, probably, but you never know. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to move on from some of this stuff. So as far as this idea of me being more mellow and confident, really, this is who I should have been the whole time. If I'm being brutally honest with you, this is how I usually am when I'm not pissed off about stuff. And I'm working real hard not to be pissed off by things anymore. I'm just trying to let things go, let things slide. As I hope you are. So listen, enough of my waffle. Checkpoint 5, if you can, go buy your ticket. Apex 5, if you can, go buy your ticket. I'm personally looking forward to the title match. Bizzo versus Gem is going to be fucking great for me to see. I'm looking forward to seeing Bobby perform because I love Bobby's performance style. Never seen Shocks, so I've caught some of his battles now, but I've never seen him live. Looking forward to seeing him live. His return's making a lot of people excited. And then on Checkpoint, man, seeing Luna perform, probably a once-in-a-lifetime experience now, considering how few he's done and how few he's got to come. And it'll also be great to see a few other guys, including Gast. Gast is one I'm looking forward to. I hope I can be there for him as one of his sort of, you know, I hope I can hold something for him, man. You know, be that guy that's like, man, give me my water. Here you go, Gast. Anything else I can do for you? Like, yeah, that would be cool. But mostly, I hope I get to see you guys down the line. It would be nice. It would be nice. So yeah, I think we'll call it there. That's good. We've been going an hour and 5 minutes. That's too long. It's long enough. So listen, man. So let's just recap, because I like shouting out everybody that appeared before we wrap. Let's go. So yeah. So David, you're a gem. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Ryan, you're a gem, and probably the biggest battle rap fan I've ever met. I appreciate your support as always. Hylas, keep coming with them hot takes, and also take care of yourself. Yeah. Again, you got everybody in this chat is rooting for you, and probably you got our DMs, so let us know if you need anything. Anybody else that's tuned in today, I appreciate it. And if you tune in later on, thank you very much for tuning in at all. I really appreciate it. I hope I see you next week. I hope you stay tuned for the Peace Soldier interview. That's going to drop tomorrow, so it will be available over the course of the weekend. Cammy interview, like I say, I'll aim to have done by Tuesday and uploaded in the afternoon for when you get in from work, so you've got something nice to check out. And Bobby will be recorded on Wednesday. Depends on how long the interview goes. If it's an hour long, it'll be uploaded on the Thursday. If it's 2 hours, more like the Friday. And that's that for now. I haven't got anyone else scheduled, but Biz has said he'll come back. And there'll be a few others. I'll be looking at Raptor. I'll be looking at Yunnan. Tom, if we can get him, that would be great. And let's see where we go from there. So listen, my name has been Lorne Risley. I've been the host of the Halcyon Show. If you haven't already gone and seen them, please go and check out my Lunacy interview. Please go see my Kruger interview and check out my other interviews. I've made an entire battle rap playlist now. So if you're only here for battle rap, if you're only here for the battle rap interviews, hey, there's a whole playlist for you now, so you can whittle through those as you go. So listen, man, it's been a pleasure as always. I hope you are taking care of yourselves. I hope you have the most amazing bank holiday weekend ever. And I guess in the meantime, I'll see you on the next episode of The Halcyon Show.